Welcome back to English Conversation Studio. My name is Anne, and as always, I'm here with Alex. Today, we want to talk about a very popular learning habit that might actually be slowing you down.
Hi, everyone. Yes, this is a big one. So many learners spend hours each week memorizing word lists, long lists of vocabulary with translations next to each word. But often, this method doesn't really work well.
That's so true. I remember doing this myself when I studied a new language. I memorized hundreds of words, but in real conversation, I couldn't remember most of them when I actually needed them.
Exactly. And that's the core problem we want to talk about today. Memorizing isolated words rarely helps you use them naturally in real conversation. There's a much better approach.
Okay, I'm curious. Why doesn't memorizing single words work very well? It seems logical at first.
It seems logical, but here's the issue. Your brain doesn't store language as separate individual pieces. It stores language in patterns, in chunks, and in context. A single word without context is much harder to remember and use correctly.
Can you give us an example of what you mean by that?
Sure, imagine you memorize the word make. Just a word with a translation. But make can mean so many different things depending on context. Make a decision, make a mistake, make sense, make friends. The word alone doesn't teach you how to actually use it.
Oh, that's such a good example. I never thought about how many different meanings one simple word can have.
Exactly. And that's why so many learners memorize a word but still can't use it correctly in a real conversation. They know the translation, but not the natural usage.
So, what should learners do instead? If memorizing single words isn't very effective, what's a better approach?
My first suggestion is this: learn phrases, not just words. Instead of memorizing make, learn the full phrase make a decision. This teaches you grammar, context, and natural word combinations all at the same time.
I really like that idea. It's much more practical because you immediately know how to actually use the word in a sentence.
Exactly. My second suggestion is to learn new words from real context, not from random lists. For example, learn vocabulary from a conversation, an article, or a video, where the word naturally appears.
That makes so much sense. When you see a word used naturally, you also learn the feeling, the situation, and the words around it.
Precisely. This connection helps your brain remember the word much better than a simple isolated translation ever could.
My third suggestion is to actually use new words quickly after learning them. Try making your own sentence or use the word in a short conversation. This active use helps the word truly stick in your memory.
That's such an important point. Many learners only see a word, read it silently, and move on. But your brain remembers much better when you actively produce the word yourself.
I think this connects perfectly to everything we've talked about in previous videos. Real practice always beats passive memorization.
Absolutely true. Learning a language isn't really about collecting thousands of isolated words. It's about learning how words work together naturally in real situations.
This was such a useful conversation today. I think many learners will recognize this memorizing habit in themselves.
I definitely did this myself in the past, so if this sounds familiar to you, don't worry. It's a very common mistake and it's easy to improve.
Tell us in the comments, have you ever memorized words but then forgot them quickly afterward?
We'd love to hear your experience. And if this video gave you a new idea today,
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to English Conversation Studio for more useful conversations like this one.
see you in the next video, everyone.
Bye for now. Take care.